Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you'll meet a very successful business litigation attorney who loves to fight for the little guy. His incredible story just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's I Spies.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, we're here in Dallas-Fort Worth, and there's probably an attorney on every street corner in Dallas-Fort Worth. And so how do you separate yourself from the herd? Some of it is just making sure that your compass is always pointed true north. And Michael Holmes is in the studio right now. He loves fighting for the little guy. Thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you for having me, Jeff. It's a pleasure to be back.
Well, tell me how this all began for you. When did you know you wanted to be an attorney?
I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be an attorney, although I think at the time I was a bit idealistic. At the time I thought, I'll be a judge and we'll make the world a better place on, a very large scale. Now I see more that what the world needs are people influencing the smaller local areas, the neighborhoods, their communities, their families. And so Holmes Law Group is that source for businesses that impact your families. We provide affordable legal services for businesses of all shapes and sizes.
Outstanding. We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, talk about the different kinds of cases that you like to take on.
Absolutely. The way that we word it is that we work from formation through trial. And so why you want to work with us is that we know how to set up your business and how to structure it so that you will be best protected because we've done the other side. We've done the litigation and the trials and the courtroom to know what things work and what things don't. And so when you have a business or when the fight comes to your door, we can be there.
How do you know when to settle and when to go to court?
That's a wonderful question, and it's one I probably talk about every day. The short answer is it's a business decision. You need to do what's right for your business. And sometimes that means swallowing your pride and getting something settled. But sometimes you deal with unreasonable people. I mean, dare I say, evil people. And those people, sometimes the only thing you can do is go to trial and obtain justice. And
you are a trial attorney, so there's a lot of attorneys that do transactional work, but they've never actually seen the inside of a courtroom.
That is true.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're going to hire somebody that you think this could have a potential to go to a courtroom, you need a seasoned vet like yourself.
Exactly. You want someone that understands the courtroom, the realities of that. The courtroom is very unpredictable, and it can be very rewarding or very devastating for your case. You're asking a judge and a jury to understand something that at times is extremely complex in a very short amount of time, but you're also asking them to like you. And most people don't realize that the human element is so critical within a courtroom. They think I'm right on the law, and that's going to be enough. It's not. They might not like your tie, and that can be enough.
Yes. We've got some video from our library that we're going to put up on the screen. Talk about what real life is like in a courtroom. I know we all see these. We all see these courtroom shows or movies. Is it anything like the movies?
It is at times. I always tell people that the most realistic show is Suits. Mm-hmm. Not for the courtroom necessarily, but more for the witty banter that happens between the attorneys. And also, unfortunately, far too many lawyers are Lewises within the show.
Sure.
It's hard to find, some more of the legal, integrity people. But I will say that, what we're seeing right now on the screen, is not too far off for how it goes when you actually are in court and are at a hearing. It can be a very rewarding time.
And how important is it to know the judge and how the judge acts, and I mean, do you end up getting? I'm not going to say a friendship, but a healthy respect with judges that you know if this person is going to oversee our case, we're in good hands.
Yes, character matters, and I think we all know that, and we've all seen that time and time again, and that includes your character, your reliability in front of the judge. The judge, if you make one mistake, is not going to trust you in the future, and so you have to strive to be above reproach, or if you make a mistake, to be the first one that brings it up. And so we always, what I always tell my my attorneys is to take the high road at every opportunity, even if it costs us to take the high road.
That's a great philosophy to live life. You also shared a story right before the show about a favorite success story. Would you share that with the audience?
Absolutely. We recently were able to help a gentleman who unfortunately had become paralyzed in an oil and gas accident. And as part of that accident, he received a sizable settlement that he then was trying to invest so that his treatments for the remainder of his life could be paid for. He unfortunately trusted the wrong person who was running a Ponzi scheme, and no firm in Dallas would take him. There was unfortunately just not much hope of success. But within the first month of taking his case, we were able to get him about 85% of what had been taken, as well as about as close to equivalent of an apology as you could get from someone. And so we were able to make that gentleman's life a lot better moving forward.
And what does that feel like?
It's wonderful. Honestly, it makes the practice of law, the long hours, and sometimes the difficult opposing counsels and judges, it makes all of it very worth it. So we love those success stories because a lot of them aren't as clean as that.
Sure.
Some of the times our clients have to make that hard business decision and just say, okay, I'm done with this for now.
Sure. So in the final minute or so, what's the process look like? If somebody thinks they have a case, they jump on a Zoom call or meet you face to face, or how do you know whether it's a fit?
Absolutely. As a virtual firm, we try to accommodate every person, and what they might need. So I always tell people, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm happy to meet you there. If you'd like for me to meet you at your offices or at your house, I'm happy to. But I'm going to, give you my time for free to sit there and listen however long you want. We're going to have a very honest conversation about the strength or weakness of your case. And from there, we'll talk about, strategy, budget, those kinds of things. Because I want you to come in eyes open with, how well or, how risky your case might be. But either way, I want you to be left better than we found you when you came in.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. We're going to end with his website, which is HolmesLG, that's lawgroup.com. The great Michael Holmes, thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.